I really feel like I need to get this off my chest because I have many conflicting thoughts, and I would like some clarity. I would like to start this off by saying this happened all the way back in October 2022, and it has been coming up in recent times because I haven't fully processed it. I would also like to mention that we both have estimual trauma, which I rather not discuss unless it's necessary, so this isn't easy for both of us. So, back in October, my partner and I were having intercourse, and we have done it quite a bit this weekend, so she was sore hurting, but we just kept wanting more. As we were going at it, we switched positions for her to be on top, and that's when I started to get in my head. However, I thought to myself I should just power through for a little longer so she's satisfied. After about 20 seconds of her being on top, she got off and started pleasuring me with her hand. I told her to get back on top. My mistake. I should have just ended it there. However, I just felt like she would have left me if I didn't satisfy her. I used to get gaslit, believing I had to satisfy an ex to continue the relationship or they would cheat, and she said that she was hurting and started pleasuring me with her hand. This led to me telling her to stop 2 times, and she told me, "What if I don't want to stop?" I told her to stop again, and 3 seconds later, I ended up climaxing, and mid-climax, I somewhat froze, but I grabbed her neck and squeezed hard to try and get her off me. I think I blacked out because she told me I called her a bitch multiple times, and I don't have any recollection of that. The reason it was difficult to free myself was because she was pretty much sitting on my quads, and I somewhat froze. After that, I was flooded with past memories and had to take a nap to get out of my head. When I woke up, I told her my views, and she cried hysterically and started having a panic attack, which led to an apology. She then started wanting to harm herself, and I had to calm her down. She told me she didn't see a problem with the choking because we are both into choking. The first time that my girlfriend brought this up to her therapist, they labeled it as a miscommunication. She told me last night that she brought it up to her therapist again because it's been affecting her thoughts and making her distance herself from me because she feels horrible for it. And her therapist told her that I attacked her and that I abused her. I have brought this up to a few people right after it happened and had many different perspectives ranging from estimual assault, miscommunication, creating boundaries, etc. I felt as if I pushed it down a lot because I love her a lot and I don't want to believe there was any malicious intent involved, and it was just a huge mistake. However, I have been thinking to myself occasionally, what if her and I end up breaking up one day and those memories resurface because it was traumatic for me and I'm suppressing this because I love her. I am now not taking the abuse assault thing her therapist said lightly, and I feel like a horrible person. And I feel like I should also distance myself from her because she did not deserve that even if I got triggered. What do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I would like to thank everyone who took their time out of their day to read this, and especially to the people who are willing to help me out with this. Story 2. I can't believe it. My new wife slept with my best friend on our wedding day. I thought I knew her. I thought I could trust her, but she's a liar and a cheat. And my so-called friend, he's just as bad. They both deserve each other. I'm absolutely livid. I want to scream and shout and make them pay for what they've done. But I know that won't solve anything. I need to figure out what to do next. That's why I'm here on this online forum. I need help. I need advice. I don't know how to move forward from this. I feel like my whole world has been turned upside down. How could they do this to me? How could they be so selfish? I thought they cared about me, but clearly they don't. I feel like such a fool for not seeing this coming. I don't know if I can forgive either of them. I don't even know if I want to. They've both betrayed me in the worst possible way. But at the same time, I don't want to let them ruin my life. I need to find a way to move on. So if anyone out there has been through something like this, or has any advice on how to deal with a cheating spouse and a backstabbing friend, please let me know. I'm desperate for help. You update. I can't believe this is happening. My wife not only slept with my best friend on our wedding day, but she also slept with my father and mother at the same time. I'm absolutely devastated. How could she do this to me? How could my own parents betray me like this? I'm so angry right now. I don't know what to do. I feel like my whole world has fallen apart, and to make matters worse, my family is now suggesting that we live in a polyamorous relationship. They want to continue seeing my wife and be involved with her. I can't even fathom the thought of that. It's just too much for me to handle. I feel like I have no one to turn to, no one to talk to about this. I'm completely alone in my pain and suffering. I don't know how to move forward from this. I don't know how to forgive my wife, my parents, or my best friend. I don't know if I even want to. I feel like I'm stuck in this nightmare, and I don't know how to wake up. If anyone out there has been through something like this, or has any advice on how to deal with a situation like this, please let me know. I'm in desperate need of guidance and support right now. You update. I can't believe it. After everything that's happened, my wife has contacted me crying. She had a doctor's appointment and found out that not only is she pregnant, but she also contracted HIV from my father. It's a nightmare beyond words. To make matters worse, it seems that my father was orchestrating group parties with homeless people. How could he be so careless with his own health, let alone the health of others? It's disgusting and reprehensible. And now my wife wants me to take her back and take care of her treatment. But I can't do that. I'm not a simp to do things like that. She made her choices, and now she has to live with the consequences. I'm angry, I'm hurt, and I'm overwhelmed. I don't know how to deal with all of this. My whole world has been turned upside down, and I don't know how to move forward. If anyone out there has any advice on how to deal with a situation like this, please let me know. I feel like I'm drowning in my own emotions, and I need someone to throw me a lifeline. You update. It's been a few weeks since everything happened, and I still can't believe it. My life has been a complete nightmare, and I feel like I'm just trying to survive each day. But things are starting to get better. I went to see a therapist, and it's helped me a lot. He told me to keep writing updates about what happened as a form of self-healing, and I can feel the difference it's making. It's like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I'm not ready to jump back into dating yet, but I did install Tinder. I'm not sure if I'm ready to start seeing other people, but I feel like it's a step in the right direction. I need to start moving forward with my life, even if it's just in small way. I still have a lot of anger and hurt inside of me, but I'm learning to cope with it. I'm learning how to let go of the past and focus on the future. It's not easy, but I know it's necessary. If anyone out there is going through something similar, I want you to know that you're not alone. It's a long and difficult road, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Keep moving forward and don't be afraid to seek help when you need it. You update. It's been a few months since my last update, and a lot has happened since then. I've been on a few dates, but nothing really clicked until I met this beautiful girl. She's 7 years younger than me, has a model-like body, and is super intelligent. I feel like I hit the jackpot with her. Looking back, I can't believe I ever thought my ex was the one for me. She was just a mistake and a bad dream. And to make matters worse, I heard that she's gotten into drugs and has serious financial problems. It seems like karma finally caught up with her. On the family front, my mother has been trying to contact me all the time, but I decided to cut off any contact with my family. It was a tough decision, but I realized that their toxic behavior was holding me back. I needed to distance myself from them in order to move forward with my life. Overall, I feel like I'm in a much better place now than I was before. I have a wonderful girlfriend who supports and cares for me, and I'm learning to let go of the past and focus on the future. It's a long journey, but I'm excited to see where it takes me. You update. It's been a while since my last update, and I wish I could say that things have gotten better. But unfortunately, that's not the case. I received a call from the hospital a few days ago, informing me that my ex-wife had been beaten by my own father. Yes, you read that right. My own father, who had previously dumped my mother and started dating my ex-wife, was the one responsible for her injuries. I rushed to the hospital to see my ex-wife, and what I saw shocked me to my core. She was a completely different person than the one I had known. She had aged drastically and had a blank look on her face. As we spoke, she would constantly get distracted and seemed to have difficulty focusing on our conversation. I learned that she had lost her job, had no contact with any of her friends, and was struggling to get by. It was a stark contrast to the life she had previously led with my father, where they had indulged in heavy drug use and participated in group parties. As we talked, she confided in me that she had miscarried after one of the beatings she received from my father. I was horrified and disgusted by what I was hearing. It was hard to believe that this was the same person I had once been married to. It's hard to describe the range of emotions I felt at that moment. Part of me was angry at my ex-wife for the choices she had made and the path she had taken, but another part of me was relieved that I had no part in any of this. I didn't have to lift a finger to make any of this happen. Karma had done everything for me. In the end, I left the hospital feeling emotionally drained and exhausted. I'm not sure what the future holds for my ex-wife or my father, but I know that I don't want to be a part of it. I've made the decision to move on with my life and focus on the things that matter to me. It's a difficult path, but I'm determined to make the most of it.
I need heavy ammo.